Let's do
it. Okay. This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. Delighted to be joined by, on Zoom, Mr. Lucas Browne and Mr. Tom Little. Lucas, first of all, how are you?
I'm good, mate. How are you? Thank you for having me. I know this is a bullshit time for everyone, but yeah, we make do as we can.
Tom, same question to you. I know I've spoke to you a couple of times over the last couple of weeks on interviews, but how are you keeping?
Yeah, I'm all right, Coop. Just want to get back on the road now. Get back rolling. Getting a bit frustrated.
Right, that might be the only thing that you two agree on throughout this whole thing. So let's see how this goes. First of all, obviously you two guys were scheduled to fight not too long ago. Was it around about a year ago? Is that right?
Yeah.
So what I want you to do is, Lucas, I'll start with you. Just explain according to you, why that fight didn't take place, and then Tom, you can kind of have your say on why that fight didn't take place.
Well, at the particular point, it was all going ahead through Rich Energy, my sponsor. I gave him probably 2 or 3 weeks before the scheduled fight date. I gave him the option to opt out and go through Matchroom, which Tom also offered, like sort of that avenue. But being it was my sponsor, I obviously stayed with my sponsor, and he said, no, it's all good, it's all sorted. So we went ahead with it. Now, he brought me over to the UK, and it wasn't until I got there and started training and stuff like that he actually pulled the plug. So, and then said I had to get home on my own and everything else. So from my point of view, and as a sponsor, it was a shit-house effort. But yeah, it was completely unfortunate. I wanted to fight Tom. Everyone else wanted me to fight Tom as well. Like, Tom was ready to go as well. So it was unfortunate that it didn't happen, and it should have gone through Matchroom and it would have all been sweet. But unfortunately, it didn't. Yeah.
Tom?
Yeah. Well, pretty much to the effect of what he was saying, but they pulled out the fight the night before the fight. I rung Uncle Eddie. So, Uncle Eddie, can you try and save this show? And Uncle Eddie said to me, he said, it ain't a bad fight, to be fair. He said, I'll try and put it on I think it was the Lomachenko undercard. Yeah?
Liverpool?
On Campbell?
Yeah. Right. So we went on there. Right. I said, look, I told Eddie what I was getting for that there in your call. I said, look, being as you're willing to help me out, I said, I'll take the same money. And then next thing I know, I got told that Lucas asked for a fortune, and he said, I can't. Eddie said to me, I can't give that money. So I don't know. That's what I got told.
Lucas, what did you think of what you just said there?
Well, I don't know what a fortune is, to be honest. I believe it was the same money I was getting paid. So if that was a fortune, I'm not sure. It wasn't that much. From my point of view, it wasn't that much. But maybe for Eddie being a last minute thing, maybe that's why he thought it was a fortune.
Oh.
It was nothing in compared to what I got for White or Allen.
All right. Listen, the more to the point is, that's water under the bridge. You need to get yourself over here, and then you've got to settle this up, because it's going on way too long now, and I'm sick of humiliating you on social media. I feel a bit like an online cyberbully. It's fucking out of order, really. And I just reckon we need to get this done and dusted. So we need to get hold of Uncle Eddie by the nuts and say, look, come on, because I've got a man here who really wants an island again off another Brit. Just say, look, just tell him, just say, I want to take an island off another British fella on British soil. Do you know what I mean? And he'd say, look, come on over, come and get your medicine, and we'll send you back.
You realise I've had 8 fights in the UK and I've won 6 out of the 8.
Yeah, but you fought Hastings Rosani, who I beat in my second fight.
Oh, yeah.
Right, I remember that, right? I beat him in my second fight. So, but anyway, thumbs up, well done.
Yeah.
Who else did you fight?
Richard Towers.
Richard Towers. Richard Towers wasn't a bad fight. Do you know what it is, right? See, now this is the thing. I'll give any man credit where credit's due. You achieved quite a bit really for how you come into boxing. Well, you've achieved more than I have, and because I'm straight up, you've achieved more than I have. But I know I beat you, right? I know I beat you. I know boxing. I know styles beat fights, and I know you fit me like a latex glove, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think you've performed ever since the mishap with Chagayev, whatever it is. I don't think you've ever looked like the same person. I don't think you've ever carried the same power. I don't think you've carried half the engine. So I reckon within, I say 6 rounds. I don't think I'll knock you out because I'm not a puncher. I hit like a fairy. But I reckon I'll cut you that badly. They'll let go. White flag. Here we go. Send him out. See you later.
No.
It's just a good old name on my old resume. Help me go and get a good payday then.
Yep, I understand that.
What do you think about what he's saying there about you haven't been the same fighter since Chagayev?
It's a bit of both. Like I know I did not turn up both mentally and physically for the White fight. That was a given. That was 100%. I think at that point I did have a lot of bullshit going on and coming off that world title bullshit with the drugs and everything else. I think that really sort of played a part mentally for me. But I think I got back on track with like Dave Allen, stuff like that. I think I was performing well. I looked good with Dave Allen. Unfortunately, I got caught with a shot. Yeah, 20 seconds later, I was completely fine, but they only give you 10, obviously. So there's full credit to Dave Allen for the shot. It was sensational. But I think I was winning and was going to win that fight. So I think things have changed, yes, but I think I'm still a great fighter. I think I still win fights. So for me and Tom, I think it's great. I think it'll be a great fight because we actually both want to actually fight each other, which I think is even better.
Tom, in Lucas's defeats to Dave Allen and Dylan White, what did you take from that?
I took that he's always there to be it. You know, you ain't gonna have to look very far to find him, as long as you can evade what's coming. He's not the fastest chap in the world, so all you've got to do is make yourself a little bit hard to it, but close enough to fire back, and he feels the full blunt of whatever counter he gets. He's a counter puncher's dream, and but that's boxing. As well as that, listen, he's a big, hard, strong-hitting man. But I know Kug. I know I make a horrible mess of him, very badly, because he's tailor-made for my style. Listen, I'll be the first one to say, not that my performances were bad. I was destined for big things, and I've fell short. But round this sort of level, and look, a former world champion, yeah, he's a former world champion, but things change, times change, and you're only as good as your last fight and your last performance at high level. And his last performance at high level, regardless or not, he got stopped. We were both coming off, like, I think he's had a couple of run-outs against lower level fighters, which listen, I ain't gonna knock that because that's my exact plan for myself. But I believe at the sort of level we're at and where we both sort of want to get to, I reckon the fight with me and him makes a lot of sense. And I listen, I believe it's a very easy fight for me. Listen, at that sort of level, there's no such thing as an easy fight. I believe it's the easiest fight of all the options that I'd have. Do you know what I mean? I basically if I put him and Dave Allen together, I couldn't pick which one I'd rather fight because I believe they're both tailor-made, suited to me. And I just think I'd make myself look $1 million against either one of them.
Lucas, do you think that Tom would beat Dave Allen?
Nah, not at all. I'm curious to get Tom's view on what his style is, because from what I see, it's basically a punching bag. So I'm not sure what his style is.
My style is whatever you can't beat. Because how would you beat me, Lucas? How would you beat me?
Punch you many times in the head.
Lucas, you couldn't hit water if you fell out of a boat. I've never seen a slower human being in all my life. And you couldn't outbox me because you couldn't box eggs on the chicken farm. So please tell me how you'd beat me.
What's your record? Can I just ask what your record is?
What's my record? My record's for better men than you have. Listen, records, I'll let Simon Kell worry about records. I'm talking about fights. I'm talking about me and you fighting. I ain't talking about me and Ergovic fighting. I ain't talking about me and Majidov fighting. I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about me and you fighting. And there's only one way to find out who wins out of me and you, and that's you get your greasy ass over here and let me slap it all the way back to Australia.
I love
send
those
back
words.
to Gatwick. Oi, you'll be holding one rib and holding your eye socket, and you'll be rocking yourself all the way back on a 24-hour flight. Like I said, I think, why did I do that to myself? Take me back to Perth or wherever it is I'm from.
Lucas, you
know what? I just
asking...
reckon we should.
Go on.
I reckon you should just have Crocodile Dundee keep the national treasure status and stop trying to achieve shit. Do you know what I mean? Just like leave it. Leave Crocodile Dundee with the national treasure status.
Look, Lucas, you were asking Tom about his record. Was there kind of a follow-up to that? Obviously,
well, I've only lost 2 fights. You know what I mean? So you can say what you want
You've
about
only fought
me
2 good
who I
men.
am, but hey,
You've only fought 2 good men.
okay.
Is that what you believe, Tom? That he's only got 2 notable names on his record, and the ones that he's lost to? Is that what you think?
Listen, let me tell you something. Shagayev was that old, he was pissing dust. And it took him to a dire set. He was getting his head punched in until he pulled a right hand out. Who else? Listen, I ain't going to say anything bad about a fella, Richard Tells. Listen, he was on the night. He done what he done. But I think Richard Tells was British level. And there was a lot of fear factor around Lucas's power at the time. Do you know what I mean? But once listen, I just don't think, I never have thought, even before he got beat, I never thought he is what he's cracked up to be. And I know, listen, Lucas Browne has got that bully mentality. And you know what happens to a bully the minute you go up the ear out? They jack it up and piss off.
Hit you back.
You listen, like I said, you're too slow with me. Honestly, you're walking forward like a robot like this here. Hold tight, wait there. I'm going to throw a shot in about 10 minutes. Hold up, wait there. Oh, the bell's gone. There we go. Come on, let me go and sit down now and get some water.
You mean robotic like Daniel Dubois?
Huh?
Like Dubois was a robot?
Dubois, listen, let me tell you something. You ain't fit to tickle Dubois' balls, so I'd leave him out your mouth. Listen, let me tell you something. That man can fight. He's young, 19-year-old. He's got a jab like a tarmac punt in the mouth. Listen, I took a fight. It made sense for me. It was for an English title. I paid a shit ton of money for it. Listen, that man, he'll achieve great things. I ain't going to sit here and slag the bar off because I want to fight you. I'm just telling you, and you solely, that I will make dog food of you. Literally, matter of fact, I'll probably lead you out and feed you to my dogs afterwards, or I'll leave you in that much of a cold mess.
Fair enough. That, Lucas?
I think it's funny. I think Tom's just the sort of person that sits there and talks it up because he knows he hasn't got much talent. He has to talk his way into a fight. So he can talk all he wants.
Let me tell you something. I ain't got much talent. I'm useless. I'm genuinely useless. I am a load of shit, but I'm better than you. And that's a fact.
Yeah, fair enough.
I ain't no good. Listen, I don't know why Kugan's wasting his time with us 2 divs on here, because neither one of us can fight, but I know I can beat you. That's a fact.
Fair enough.
As sure as the sun comes up in the morning, I could beat you. So
I would love the opportunity to prove you wrong. I would love the opportunity.
Listen, I'm pretty sure that an opportunity will arise itself, right? And I will get you over it. And like I said, I will come and greet you and shake your hand at the airport, and then I will send you off with a kick in the arse and a wave at the terminal and say, listen, don't hurry back, because it all goes wrong for you every time you touch British soil.
Let me ask something here. Where did this start between you two? Because we've seen kind of a relentless social media attack on both sides, probably more so on Tom's side. But where did it first start, Lucas?
I think it was probably Twitter, but I think Tom was just one of those outspoken people, and I like punching outspoken people in the face. So it just basically stemmed from that. Yeah.
Tom, is that where it started?
Listen, Cool, you know me. I'll call bullshit on bullshit. I couldn't give two flying shits who it is, who it ain't. If I think something's good, if I think something or someone's good, I'll say, do you know what? Tip me at you. He's a good one, he is. If I think you're shit, I've got no problem saying, mate, you're useless. You want to go and lay your head down. And that's what my general feeling was with Lucas Brown. I generally believe he's fodder. And
so what happens? What happens when I beat you then?
Listen, if you beat me, if you beat me, I will say, do you know what? I shouldn't be boxing because I've just been beat by rubbish.
Good.
I'll say I shouldn't be boxing. That's it. I'll admit that I'm deluded, right? I know I'm not the most gifted person in the world. Do you know what? And this is the thing, right? People think that I think that I'm better than I am. No, I know how good I am. I know how good I am. I know what I'm saying. But I'm also not half as stupid as I look, and that's why I provide myself a brilliant life for my beautiful family.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I'm picking a fight here. I can definitely win and that's why I've kept picking it. Because I don't mean no harm. I think you're closer to my dad's age than you are mine, and I'll only have to push the pace on you for a little bit, and then them stabilisers will come off, and you'll be calling for a Zimmer frame and a couple of hip injections, and then that'll be it. See that there? I go bomb, and you'll go over. Well, I don't even think I will knock you out. I'll be honest with you, I don't think I will knock you out. I reckon I'll cut you to bits, slash you like Freddy Krueger.
Nice.
Let me ask a question to both of you to answer. Lucas, list me two of Tom's strengths and two of his weaknesses as a boxer. Not as a person, as a boxer.
I was going to say his mouth is one of his strengths. He's tall. As a strength, he's tall. That's all I got for strengths, unfortunately. He's tall. For weaknesses, he doesn't have the conditioning, and he doesn't have a hard punch.
Tom, same to you.
Right, can I list one strength and one weakness?
Yes, of course.
Right. His strength is his strength. He hits hard. His weakness is his overall shit. Like, overall. Like, you get the full package, shite. Genuinely. I've seen old boys on the white collar circuit have better style than him. The only thing is he's got a money punch. That's it. Big old, long... Well, no, I'll give him two strengths. He can tie his shoelaces standing up. He's got long arms. I'll give him two. There you go.
Nice.
I've done you a favour there. Bigging you up there. Come on. Here we go. Come on. Here we go. Rise to the occasion. Don't flutter.
I'm just happy that I get to retire someone again. So it's good.
Yeah. Boy, let me tell you something. You're dodging a bus pass, let alone retirement. Do they do bus passes in Australia?
I've never caught a bus in my life.
No, I've never caught a bus in your life.
No.
You'll be,
Do they
you're,
do passes in Australia?
you'll be catching a bus in England with blue flashing lights on it to go and get your jaw guard up.
I've been there before.
Have you?
Let me,
Funny that every time he comes to England, he gets that. That ain't a fancy taxi. That's called an ambulance.
Yeah, I know.
let me ask you both: is the most realistic chance of this fight happening if Eddie Hearn, who has expressed an interest in this fight in the past, is it a case of Eddie sticking this on a show, one of his shows? Is that the most realistic chance of this happening, Lucas?
I think so, mate. Yeah, I've always had an extreme respect for Eddie and the shows he put on. Obviously, the pay's always there. Everything always goes as planned. So I've got nothing but respect for Eddie. So I love the shows, and I'd love to be on his shows. Yeah.
Tom, is that the best chance of the fight happening?
Coop, I ain't got no promotional ties to anybody, but I've got a lot of time and a lot of us saying because Eddie's helped me a lot. He's helped me a lot when he hasn't really needed to help me. But I'd like it to be on a Matchroom show. I'd fight him in a car park. It wouldn't bother me where I fit him, to be honest with you. But I'd like it to be. It makes more sense being on a Matchroom show. Eddie's shown a bit of what's happening. If Eddie do watch this here, look, I'll ask you one more favour, and I never asked you for another thing. You can have me cheap, and I promise you can have me double cheap, right? Just please drag Kangaroo Jack over it and let me take his nose off because I'm sick. I just want to put it to bed. Just get the man from down under over so I can give him a couple of dry slaps and send him back. And I'll never ask you for another thing. I'll never give you another dodgy voice note. I'll never haunt you on WhatsApp. I promise you, I will leave you be.
Well, you'll be retired after that fight, so it doesn't matter.
You look like retiring something. I don't mean I'm. I asked you a question earlier. L, would you beat me? L. You've got no game
just
plan.
knock you the fuck out. It's called blunt force trauma. Just knock you the fuck out.
Yeah, but you can't hit what you can't see. And by the opening bell, by the time you reach the centre, I would have cut your eyes to bits. Right, I can. Right, I'm gonna play a little game with you now. Right, right. I could list 10 tactical ways to beat you, right? Because I've got boxing intelligence, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've asked you for a way to beat me. And the only thing you say, like a caveman, blunt force trauma. Like, but that's a northern accent, but I couldn't really do what's that, right? But you like, there's nothing there. It's like talking. I'm talking to that wall. That's how I feel, right? Look. You need to have. Listen, I want to help you. I'm trying to help you, right?
Yep.
You need to loosen the shoulders up. Not every shot's got to try and take someone's head off, but you need to inject a little bit of speed in that, right? Just a little bit of, what's I'm saying, few feints, few triggers. Do you know what I mean? Draw something out of a counter puncher as they're coming. Force a counter. So the best thing to do is counter puncher. Do you understand that? You ever been showed that?
Yes.
Right, let me just start with something a bit more basic for you, right? You put your weakest hand out in front of you, like this, and this is your strong hand, right? And you keep the distance between your feet at an equal measure, right? So your centre of balance is centred, right?
Yep.
And you don't follow people around the ring, you cut it off, so they have to work harder. You getting this? Because someone get him a pen and paper, he looks like he's really taking it down.
Well, I'll get something so I can write it down. Wait a second.
There we go.
There we go. We can. Have you seen that? You can see what that is, can't you? I'm going to have to bring this out.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Go play, Lucas.
Oi. Do you know what? Or I beat you. Do you know what? Or I beat you. You know what that belt will be worth? Wiping your ass on.
Well done, mate. Well done.
All right. Listen, I'm not going to go on too much longer. Well, I haven't really said anything. You two guys have. But listen, I appreciate you both coming on to do this. at the end of the day, listen, I'm sure somewhere along the line, Lucas and Tom, you both as fighters respect each other. But just before we go, just final words to each other. I'll start with Lucas to Tom and vice versa. But yeah, appreciate you doing this, boys. Tom, Lucas first.
Generally, everyone knows, like, yeah, this is a sport, this is a business, and this is our lives. You know what I mean? So I completely respect anyone who gets in the ring and does what they do. Myself, yeah, Tom included, obviously. We do it for our families, we do it for our livelihood, and this is what we do. So no matter what, every boxer, including Tom, has my respect. At the same time, we're going to get in the ring and punch fuck out of each other. So I'm just happy for the opportunity. I thank everyone for the opportunity. Thank you for having me on the show. And I just want to fight and make some money.
Tom, final words?
Fuck you, Lucas. No, listen, keep yourself safe. May everybody keep safe and just do what the government's telling us to do to keep safe. So we're saying, especially you, Lucas, keep yourself nice and cosy, tucked up, nice and warm, train your little arse off. As soon as the flights are back on and sport's back on the move, I promise you, even if I've got to kidnap Eddie Hearn and make him put the fight on, I will get you over here and I will put you out of your misery. But other than that, keep doing what you're doing. Thumbs up for all the effort and all your inspirational videos. I do see them. Fucking mega.
I know you're watching. You might learn something, you never know.
Right. Listen, keep safe, everybody. And I'm gonna
Lucas
go and think about training.
Lucas Brown, Tom Little, thank you very much. Talking to IFL TV. Both keep yourself safe, and hopefully when boxing does resume, someone, whether it be Eddie or whoever, can get this fight on. So,
good man.
Both of you have a good day.
Thank you very much.